There we go. What it is, YouTube. What it is. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's over here. Weather's a little funky in the Mile High City, but we still gonna get our bag. It's about that weekend, and snow's gonna drop a little bit today. So still gotta get out here and get it. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. That's how you guys salute. Thank you all for tapping in yesterday. Appreciate you. Um, so later on today, we'll be got an email ready for send to Chad Marks and his freedom fighters to see if they took a look at manual stuff, what they got to do. They could do something with, trying to point us in the right direction, help get the homie out. So we're gonna reach out to Blood on the Razor Wire. I guess this is what this man does, man. And I've tapped into his channel for a long time, but I didn't realize, what he actually does for a living, which is out getting people out of prison, man. So that's pretty dope. And hopefully we can get some justice for Manuel, man, and get him out of there. Because 33 years to be to be doing time for 33 years and nobody died. That's kind of crazy. That this man's in jail, 33 years of his life, and nobody lost their life in this whole situation. But some cops were involved, and he had attempted murder on a peace officer. So yeah, I guess they take that kind of serious. But we're talking early 90s, man. So we need to get Manuel out of there. Like I said, nobody died, man. Colorado's been letting straight killers out, man. Dudes who have committed murders, been found guilty of murders, and these guys are getting out. Some of these kids, when they were younger, that committed multiple murders in their situation and multiple homicides are getting love, man. And lo and behold, my boy still slammed down, and he can't get that same love, man. The way DLC tries to make him out to be like this mastermind criminal is insane, dude. This man has changed how people change so many lives from where he's at in prison, man. Helped people to rethink their situation and strive for a better life. And I know a lot of dudes who have been successful, man. That just by hanging around with Manuel and him helping them change their mindset, have went on to better lives and not to reoffend or get out. Me being one of them. You know what I mean? So really need to get the homie Manuel Gamboa out of there, man. He has no business in there. We're talking, like I said, man, been in there 33 years. He's had hits done on him, he's been stabbed. Some cowards tried to stab him when he got hit by the G's, about I think about 10 years ago, got hit by the G's. And it's kind of crazy. The way they did it, man, was real cowardly. I don't get that, man. I have a code. There's a warrior's code, like the samurai, man. You don't do coward shit, right? You don't do coward shit, and you don't try to hit someone when they ain't looking or their back's turned. Now, dudes are like, oh, that's coward shit, homie. Real talk. That's it. It takes a coward to hit a man when he ain't looking, and at least give him an honor of a warrior's death, man. And if you really, three dudes with knives try to come at you, man, and don't even kill you and barely maim you, it's kind of soft, bro. But like I said, dude hasn't checked in. They haven't been able to take him off the yard, and lo and behold, he's gonna keep holding it down, bro. Ain't no, but that dude doesn't fold. He's not gonna fold. And it's just not a place for him. He's an older man. It's time for him to get out of there. So it's not that he can't fend for himself no more. Because I'm pretty sure that he's still got that in him, man. He's not a little dude by any means, and you know you gotta hit him from as big as that dude is, bro. You gotta hit him when his hand is he ain't looking. You gotta play that coward shit to try to get the advantage on him. But you know what I mean? To me, like I said, there's a code, man. There's a code to this gangster shit, and not everybody lives by it, bro. They sugarcoat it that they're about that drama, they're about that business, and lo and behold, they're hitting dude when he ain't looking in his neck, and you know, But I really want to see the homeboy get out. There is some daylight there, and I think if we get somebody like you know, blood on the razor wire involved, I'm pretty sure he got some pull, you know what I mean, and could advocate for that. So what's up, Chapo? G in the building. How you guys doing? So yeah, the homie is I'm hoping by the end of this year we're looking forward to him getting out and just being on a better road. You know what I'm saying? And after 33 years waking up in that place day by day by day, I mean, fuck, what do you got to look forward to anymore, man? I mean, they haven't broke that man. They haven't been able to 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 really break his spirit. And I think that's usually what happens with some of these cops, man. They really try to break your spirit. They really try to dehumanize you. And like I said, when I was in prison, man, I had a CO one time tell me, basically tried to tell me it's his job to punish me. It's your job to punish me, and it's his job to punish convicts. Um, you got life fucking twisted, homie. Like, you know what? Our punishments being in these cages, being away from our family and our loved ones, and having to do time in these funky ass facilities that you built. I think that's a sadistic motherfucker that has to get into a position of power like that to feel like he's got that one up on you. These are usually dudes who got picked on in school, got beat up, got got just handled, you know what I mean? So they get into these positions of power, they become COs, they become cops, and they're empowered to do some brutal shit, and they start becoming the very thing that they despise. So I don't know, man. Manuel, like I said, I know this man when he gets out will make a positive impact and a positive change. I think this man will get out and help people change their lives, help them see um a different aspect to this whole gangbanging and criminal life. He's paid the ultimate price, man. He's did more time than murderers, which is insane, man. In Colorado, it's starting to get to where criminals, convicts, and inmates are starting to get a lot of love, man. They're starting to get a lot of love. They're starting to get their sentences commuted, and I just want to see my boy come home, man. I want to see him to be able to be with his family and see some smiles on his face and know that you know what I mean. He don't have to worry about waking up in a box for sure. So life on two wheels. Let me see. You do? I'll reach out to you after this live, bro. I'm gonna tap in with you then. Yeah, man. We this dude doesn't. He's in a level. He's in a level. He's in a minimum R, minimum restricted, which is technically like a level 2 facility. Is he a level 4 inmate? It's up for debate, man. It's up for debate. Has he been involved in shit? Yes. But let me tell you, Manuel doesn't just. He's not a crash dummy, man. He's not somebody that just goes out and crashes out and tries to control the yard or just make a play on people's shit. He's not that kind of dude. Manuel is the kind of dude that a lot of people on this YouTube, man, they talk that raza, unification, black and brown, and Manuel is the first one I ever really seen truly live that, bro. And like I was talking to him last night, I said, if these DOC officers truly knew of the wars that you stopped, my brother, of a lot of the bloodshed that that never happened because you spoke on it, man, that's crazy. What's going on, Greg? Salute, my brother. But this man has literally stopped wars. I'm telling you because when I was in there, I was a high strung young man that wanted to see people in pain, and it didn't matter who it was. It was just me in pain and willing to put that into anybody else. And this man really helped me change my thinking. He would get very upset with me if I put hands on somebody and I went out on my own and crashed out and did some dumbass shit. He was very crucial about that. He didn't like it. He didn't like if I did it. He didn't like if a lot of other people's that he loved and called his brothers. He didn't dig when you did that. So he didn't just talk that ish. He was really about that, man. He was really about bringing people together. And I think these cops they just want to give him that bad name, like, oh no, you're this, that, you're this, that, and the other. Um, he has those labels. but they don't truly know the essence of that man. They really don't. That man has a tremendous. I guarantee if he gets out and gets love, he'll do exactly um, what Life on Two Wheels does. I believe he would start a foundation and dedicate his life to help getting out prisoners and people out of those situations. And I just he needs a chance, man. You know, he needs somebody to open the door and guarantee he's gonna run through it. And I know he won't ever go back. You know, like I said, I walked out of prison over 22 years ago, and thank God I never went back. I've never been inside a cage or a county jail again. A lot of that is a tribute to Manuel Gamboa. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Manuel, my mindset would probably be the same, and I would still be running amok, or I'd be dead or in prison for life. Um, when I met Manuel, man, Manuel, we had a talk, and Manuel's not the type of dude that would try to give you a shank and ask you to go put paint on anyone or put it in anyone. What he told me is, you know what I want to give you is a pencil, my brother, and see what you can do with it and watch you change your life. And this man, like basically, those of you that don't know the story, this man basically was the one who challenged me to be a better man, to look at all the people I've been hurting of my family just by being inside that cage, man. And like I said, I was talking about this yesterday. Once you pay your debt to society, you're still going to go through some trauma. You're still going to go through some stuff. A lot of those wounds and scars ain't going to show themselves till years later. And what I mean by that is your loved ones, your kids, your babies, um, them growing into something missing from them because you weren't there to give it to them or guide them. And that's a rough feeling, man. Let me tell you. I talked about, you know, my kids struggling out here. Two of my kids that were alive when I went to prison, and me not being there truly affected their life. Truly affected their life, and it's just insane that you know, it's a very open and door situation, like a revolving door, a cycle, a vicious cycle of just endless proportions. So Manuel was talking last night about they giving prisoners Suboxone in there. And I know this because when my daughter was getting out of prison, they wanted her to get on a Suboxone program and told her if she didn't submit to it, that basically they can stop her from getting out of there. So what in the hell is DOC thinking of keeping inmates or convicts, whatever you want to call them, um, addicted? To me, that's just keeping that wound open, and like you said, you got to think about who's funding all this Suboxone. Now, Suboxone, those of you that know, is a synthetic opioid, and it's used to treat opioid addiction. I believe it's way more vicious, kind of like there was another one called my cousin used to do it. He was real bad with it, man, and he would get addicted to that shit. He was addicted to that, and then that wasn't enough for him, so he would go out and get the real deal. So now we know this fentanyl's out here and killing people left and right. This is our biggest thing going on. Now, us from the 80s and 90s, back in the day, we had the crack epidemic, and the same thing. People were dying left and right. Um, our government's in on it, man. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Our government's in on it. They're feeding this addiction. This is an addiction that started with pharmaceutical meds. A lot of people got hooked on oxys and opioids because of the pharmaceutical industry. And man, they started something that I don't think anyone could really realize. This is our biggest challenge for this country right here. This epidemic that we're dealing with these opioids and stuff, and just watching people die. So I could come out right now, right here by my job, and there is tremendous. I work in an industrial area in the Ballos. So if you guys know Colorado, the Ballos is part of Denver, but it's kind of its own thing. Ballos Mont Ballo is a very violent place. I work 3 blocks from 47th Albrook, Now, those of you know that 47th and Albrook is basically like rated like the third most violent block in all of Colorado. The most deaths have occurred on that block. Um, and here's what's crazy: the police station is literally a block away from that street. The police station's literally a block. All this crime's happening. So as I'm driving through this industrial area, you could see the opioid epidemic firsthand. All these homeless people, they're living in a lot of trailers. There's a lot of trailers right here, and some of them look barely functional that you couldn't even live in these things. But some of these people have a tremendous drug habit right here. You know, it's expensive to live in Colorado, so I could imagine it's really expensive to live in Colorado and have that kind of habit. Um, it's crazy, man. Like, not only are the immigrants, do we have a lot of immigrants and that have came into this state because we're considered how do you say um we house the immigrants, so they're coming by the busloads every day. So we're seeing a lot of that, but on top of that, we're seeing these very trashy trailers that people are living in, these subpar homes, and it's just insane. It sucks to see people struggle, but it's not just homelessness they're struggling with. They're struggling with an addiction. You know what I mean? And nobody's safe. No family members, no loved ones. Um, I'm pretty sure this epidemic has touched everybody, man. I'm pretty sure everybody on this live who's reached in and tapped in has went through it. You know what I mean? Has had some form of addiction. I know I have, and that stuff's hard to manage, man. Especially when you're out here in the midst. Like, they're not treating anybody. They're not trying to help anyone right now. They're focused on helping the immigrants, and lo and behold, our very own people that are, from this state, been part of this state for a long time, are suffering. Um, Not trying to be uncompassionate towards any immigrants or anything like that. In fact, the matter is, my grandpa was an immigrant, and yeah, so I understand them wanting a better life too. But this this uh, this is just crazy to watch all this poverty and addiction just around you. Now, some of these people are living in here because it's all they have, man. It's all they got. Maybe they don't have an addiction, but you could definitely tell the ones that do. You can see them. Um, Nobody's really safe. So, man, I implore you, man, be part of your people's lives. Let know what's going on with them, and try to get them the help they need. I had a very deep conversation with the brother yesterday after a live, and my brother basically told me to basically meet that person where you're at, stick to your guns. But when you're around them and you're talking to them, make sure you're showering them with love. And man, that's some of the best advice anyone could ever give. And that's hard for me to meet someone where they're at because I've never had an addiction like that to that extent. So it's hard to be compassionate about it because I don't really understand it. So I'm sorry, guys. I ain't reading I don't mean to ignore anybody, but I'm over here trying to drive. There's Sav. There's the Lucky Locos in the house. Greg's in the house. Jerry Fuentes in the house. What's up, my brother? So salute to all of you. My brother Fume up in here. Fume is in the house. Yes. So, but yeah, man. Just we got to do better, man. We got to do better by our community. Be on a level head. Know this conversation started about Manuel, but I think I'm ever gonna get a hold of Chad Marks and or even maybe this brother here that said he does the same thing. I'm gonna reach out to him and give him the story. I know Manuel would be more than happy to give an exclusive to anybody about his whole life story. Something I haven't even got or done. I know I could, but I would much rather have somebody with a way bigger channel and a way bigger following to bring more eyes to the situation. You know what I mean? It's not about clicks and views, or even building this channel. You know what I mean? I never thought this channel would even get this big. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought it would even get to the point where it's at. And but I like to see people win. Everybody on here that's doing positive shit, and I'm looking forward to Conejo knocking out stories written by a current weirdo. So Looking forward to seeing ABK make that boy shit himself with the body shot. So if you hear me, ABK, I have a body shot to the right to the liver and make him shit himself right there in the ring. And then the homies will have to clean it up after they're done. But yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? I was able to talk to my daughter yesterday. I'm hoping she comes home and she's looking forward to loving on her, man. But she's got an addiction, that's a fact, and I just got to kind of meet her where she's at and be willing to just be her father and be there for her no matter what she needs. You know what I mean? We're gonna we don't quit, man. We don't quit on our people. We don't quit on our loved ones. Let's see. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Yes, it's about making them changes, my boy. And that's the thing. It starts with us. You know what I mean? You got to be the change you want to see. You can't sit here and complain about all the shit you're seeing and then not doing your part. You know what I mean? Not doing your part. Um, be the change you want to see, man. It all starts with you. You know what I mean? You know, I know the country and the media wants to tell you racism is one of our biggest obstacles here for this country. I don't believe that for a second. Um, I believe that's a narrative they're pushing to try to break us apart. You know what I mean? They don't like to see us united. So that miss me with that false bullshit information. We have an epidemic going on in this country. We have a influx of immigrants that are coming into this country. Some of them are straight gangsters. Let's be honest with you. You've already seen it. It's happened in New York. They're doing murders. They're beating down cops. I mean, they're coming over here very bold, man. They're driving cars already. They're catching these fools with weapons. They're doing theft rings. So, this country's open to everybody, but it ain't open for you to shit on it and to basically come here and cause all your bullshit. You know what I mean? This country's here. If you want to be here and you love this country, then it's open to you. But if you're here to cause all this bullshit, we got our own shit to deal with. If you're not here to try to be a good citizen and really take care of your family, then you need to get the fuck on and go back to where you're from, homie. Um, we don't want no idiots. We got enough for our own, American raised idiots here. I used to be one of them. So man, just be the change you want to see, man. So Montbello right here. I'm right here by the police department. This is the police department. It gets funky over here, man. It gets real crazy. There's a lot of immigrants. There's a lot of people doing good stuff. They got food going out right now. They're singing Christian songs and breaking bread with the immigrants right there. I just passed them, man. So I mean, it's dope to see. You see a lot of compassion, a lot of love out here, and we got to keep that heart, man. But also, we got to be mindful of not everybody's on board with the positivity. Not everybody's on board with the love and unity and trying to just make ourselves better. Crazy. This Colorado's getting kind of kind of weird, man. It's a real change here. But just my little thoughts. You know what I mean? We're gonna try to get Manuel out of there and. Hoping it works, man. I'm hoping he gets out this year. I'm telling him this is his year. You guys want to write the boy? His name's Manuel Gamboa. He's in BVCS, Beautiful Correctional Facility. Man, reach out to him. You can find him on JPay. Um, JPay isn't just for pay. You can actually send letters from JPay. It's like an email. So you could email him and stuff like that. It doesn't cost really anything. I think it's maybe like for $1, you can get so many uh what do they call electronic stamps, and you can shoot the boy a pick me up letter. You know what I mean? And that's always good to have it to let you know you have support and of people out there that don't really know you but just want to see you in a better situation, man. And I think YouTube's made for this, man. This is dope. Like that we can tap in and we're all in different parts of country and we can all like just try to spread that positivity and keep on that same page and know what the goal is. But shoot, I'm just driving around on my lunch. I'm gonna have to get back to the shop. I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope you're all living your best lives and are blessed immensely. You know what I mean? Whatever that means to you, I hope you guys are blessed. I don't wish hate on anybody. I don't dislike anybody. Um, there's a few characters on YouTube that eh, they're kind of funny to me. I don't. It's not that I hate them or dislike them. I just think there's some amount of fakeness with some fools. You know, sometimes your boy got to call it out. I don't know. That's sometimes that's what we're meant to do. Like call that bullshit out. Like, come on, homie, cut the games. But glad you all tapped in with your homie, and like I said, I appreciate you, man. I just wanted to drop a quick one for lunch. 211 crew, yeah, they. You know what, bro? They do, homie. When I first pulled up in there, they were barely getting started. So I fouled in '97, bro. This is like a year. I want to say a year, maybe year and a half after they really formed. So there wasn't a lot of them in there, brother. There wasn't. I think there was maybe. I want to say like 12, maybe a little more. They had some soldiers. They had a couple serious dudes, and you could see that. Um, they committed an unforgivable act, bro. And I shouldn't even say them, but that rogue dude who did what he did, he fucked up bad, bro. That dude killed an ambassador of for convicts, bro. A dude who was closing prisons. Tom Clemens was an advocate for prison. He was in control of the prisons here in Colorado. He was the DOC head DOC administrator over everybody. And they killed him at his fucking doorstep, dude. And I shouldn't even say they. Dude. Dude burked him at his doorstep. You killed an advocate for prisoners, bro. You killed somebody that was into seeing criminals get out and do better with their life. This man was closing prisons for a first time in years here in Colorado. Not building new ones, closing them. And you killed him. He was an advocate for you. And instead of seeing him as an advocate and working with him and trying to get people out, killed him. Crazy. The kid ended up getting murked, and that's the way it goes. Um, it's hard for me to believe that organization called that shot because you have to know the blowback that would come from that. You kill somebody like that, you're going to get an immense amount of blowback. It's going to be crazy. So why would you open that can of worms? What happened to them is they spread them out, they broke them apart, they sent them to different facilities out of the state. Now that doesn't always work. We know that because when you do that, Maxine, hello, girl. Good to see you on your lunch. Um, when you see that happen, usually those guys go out and spread that cancer in other places, and they start putting dudes out on in other parts of this country. That's how the feds, the gangs get so big when the people go to the feds. Um, I heard they merged with another organization. I don't know how true that is. So I don't really keep up on all those politics about, you know what I mean? The Woods car. I really don't. Um, I do know a little bit about the 211 crew. Like I said, they were barely formed when I first fell in DOC. So I've seen them grow into this monster, but I don't think they're as big as they once were. I think the cops have slammed them down and kept them pretty much. Yes, they are, Greg, for sure. Thank you, Ethan, for tapping in. I appreciate that. God bless you, my friend. Um, it's crazy. Like I said, it's hard for me to imagine an organization. Somebody running that should have known. Hey, you don't do that, bro. Like that's going to cause a tremendous amount of blowback, and it's going to hurt us more than it's going to help us. Um, did you solidify your gangster? Your gangster? Yeah, you did. Probably one of the only times a head administrator has ever been killed from a Department of Corrections, and I think that was a kind of a lone act. I really do. I think Evan Evil he went off on his own and did that. And if those of you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a guy named Evan Evil in Colorado. He killed the head administration of DOC here in Colorado. and then went to go on the run and got killed down in Texas by the Texas Rangers. Shot a Texas patrolman and went on a high speed chase, and they ended up killing him. He also killed a pizza man, a Domino's pizza delivery guy. Guy just trying to earn money for his family, man. He had a second job. He was doing pizza deliveries, and Evan Ebel killed him and stole his pizza delivery suit, stole his Domino's uniform, and he knew the head administrator's address. Went out there like he was delivering a pizza, and ended up, you know, taking his life on his front doorstep. But yeah, man, that's the craziness that goes on here in Colorado sometimes. You know what I mean? Um, Shit happens everywhere, man. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you Colorado's the craziest place to ever live because it's not. It's a beautiful city, man. It's a beautiful state. It's a beautiful city. Box state. You ain't been here, man. You got to come here. It's a lot more than just skiing and snowboarding and beautiful sceneries. You know what I mean? But definitely, you can get live just like it can anywhere. It can anywhere. There's knuckleheads wherever. But you need to come home, my brother. Home misses you, my boy. Shit. But I understand, homie. Colorado is really tough to live in right now, bro. It's very expensive. Um, it sucks, my boy. It sucks. I don't know how it is up in Pueblo, but I still know Pueblo is the killing fields, my boy. Yes, sir. Everywhere does have a ghetto. Pueblo's the killing fields, my brother, and you know this. That's the murder capital of Colorado. You know, um, it's crazy because it's such a small place, but there's really nothing to do over there but be a gangster and get into a lot of trouble and get with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just crazy. But that's my goal for today. I'm gonna reach out to Chad Marks. I'm gonna reach out to this other brother that tapped into the live, and we're gonna see if we can get somebody to push and get some push behind getting Manuel out of that prison, man, and trying to get his sentence commuted or you know, get him into a halfway house. He doesn't want nothing for free. He wants to earn his way. So, but man, thank you guys for tapping in. I got to get back to work. It's that time. My lunch is done. Respects and love to each and every one of you. Thank you for tapping in. Jerry Fuentes, Maxine, Lucky Loco, Greg. Thank you guys, man. My brother Fume, salute. Respects and love to each and every one of you. And blessings to your families. Till the next time. This is Mile High Hustle, and I'm out.